Hello there everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. It is obviously Doctor Who Thursday, and today I'm going to review Doctor Who's The Story and the Engine. First of all, this was the episode I wasn't, too, I guess, hyped to see. I was like, maybe it's going to be an episode about like a spider god and maybe some side characters, but bro, watching this episode without any leaks or rumors or whatever, any fans telling me what this episode was about, holy shit, you guys. This was insane. Like, I had dinner with my girlfriend and I looked at Instagram, I opened it, and the first thing that I saw was a huge spoiler. And I was like, holy fuck, I hadn't seen the episode yet. So, yeah, here we go. Doctor Who, The Story and the Engine is a fascinating episode that explores the power of storytelling and its connection to identity, mythology, and memory. So, the episode takes place in Lagos, Nigeria, where the Doctor played by Ncuti Gatwa. And first of all, I loved seeing the Doctor's skin color actually, being big implication on how he's treated and how the people around him treat him. Because we already saw in season 1, Dot and Bubble, the people there were all white and were all racist towards the Doctor. And now the Doctor goes to Nigeria, where he is obviously black, and the cast of characters were all black people, which is so amazing because I thought, holy shit, that's like the most interesting thing to do with Doctor Who. Every so often, Doctor regenerates, becomes a new person, and now you can actually tell intriguing episodes on the Doctor's like origin, right? I think the I guess quote unquote the exterior of the Doctor is now much more interesting than the Doctor overall I guess story, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense, because every Doctor before Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor has been white, excluding one other Doctor, but I'm going to talk about her in just a sec. But the Doctor encounters a mysterious entity known as the Barber, who steals people's stories to fuel a spider-like spacecraft. The Doctor realizes that storytelling is not just a form of entertainment, but a force that shapes reality itself. Very interesting. The Barber's plan involves severing gods from human memory, which would have devastating consequences for both divine beings and humanity. The themes in this episode, obviously we have storytelling and identity. The episode emphasizes how stories define individuals for a culture. The Doctor even references Hemingway's famous 6 words: "For sale, baby shoes never worn." So, yeah, very interesting. He also says I'm born to die, or something like that. I'm born and something with born and dying. It's a very short. That's a story. For sale, baby shoes never worn. That's a story in itself. The mystery behind it, obviously, is very interesting. But I'm born, I die. That's also very interesting. That's also a story, right? Like, it's so interesting that the Doctor uses this storytelling method in this episode. We also have Power and Revenge. The Barber, once a human, seeks revenge on the gods who rejected him, aiming to erase them from existence. Friendship and connection. The episode highlights the importance of storytelling in forming bonds, particularly in barbershops, which serve as spaces for deep conversations. The writer of this episode is also someone who already did a play or something, a theater play, or like made a book or something about barbershops. I think it's called a barbershop. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how the play is or what it's about. But to be honest, Russell T Davies said to the writer, "I like your play. Let's just make a story that you would love to see in themes of your barbershop and your ideas and stuff." And he nailed it, man. Holy shit. So the friendship and connection bond in this episode was also very interesting between the Doctor and Belinda Chandra. The episode highlights the importance of storytelling, like I said, and obviously particularly in barbershops, because in barbershops we have the barber cutting people's hair, but we also have the customer. I wanted to say the patient, but the customer. Essentially, the barber embodies like a therapist, right? People tell things about themselves to the barber, and that's really, really interesting. So the characters in this story, we have the Doctor, obviously played by Ncuti Gatwa, struggles with his own identity and the weight of his past regenerations. His 6-word story, there we go. I'm born, I die, I'm born. ens- encapsulates his cyclic, yeah, his routine of, dying and being reborn again and regenerating. So there we go. We also have Belinda, played by Farada Sethu, develops a deeper understanding of the Doctor and his challenges in his alien nature, but also their friendship, really bonds with this episode. In the beginning of the episode, they tell them, or she tells the Doctor, "Yes, I do understand how you feel, Doctor. You're obviously, he's black, but she's also Indian, or was it Pakistani or something like that? I could be totally wrong, my bad, but they're both from different ethnicities, right? And they're both very interesting because they're both they have both different cultures too. Like, obviously the Doctor is Time Lord, half human or whatever, but his origin is unknown. He's from an alternate dimension, and Belinda is human, obviously, but she's also from two different cultures. She lives in Britain, and I loved the way that they spoke to each other. When I'm home, people tell me to be normal or something like that. But if they're in their home country or their home, I guess, space, where they feel home, the people respect them. And that's so interesting, because Belinda was walking through the streets of Nigeria, Lagos, and she was constantly being rejected or like ignored or whatever. When the Doctor was passing the same streets, he was respected. And that's very interesting. So, right, the Barber, a demigod with a vendetta against the gods, seeking to reshape reality through his storytelling engine. We also have Abena, the Barber's assistant, who ultimately plays a crucial role in stopping his plan. But we also have Omo. Omo was the former, I guess, owner of the barber shop, but then the barber himself came in and actually, I guess, took control of the barber shop. But there we go. Implications for the future. This episode sets up an intriguing possibilities. The Doctor's connection to the Spider hints at a deeper mystery that may unfold in the future episodes, especially in the Reality War and Wish World. The exploration of storytelling as a cosmic force could lead to encounters with other mythical beings like the gods, the pantheon of gods, of the gods of Discord from the Doctor Who universe. Belinda's growing understanding of the Doctor suggests her role will become even more significant throughout the episodes. And we also have Mrs. Flood, that made a small brief cameo, but her cameo was toned down compared to the other episodes, like with I guess the Well. She played a crucial role. She was like an officer or like an agent or like a general, talking to one of those other people. And now she was just passing by Belinda in a flashback, and very interesting, very very interesting. The thing is, oh boy, there's also another character I want to talk about, and that's obviously Jo Martin as the bloody fugitive Doctor. Holy shit! That was the Doctor. That was I was so excited to see it, because she literally said one or two lines and she was gone. Like the assistant of the barber, what's her name again? Arbena something. She recognized, or the Doctor recognized her face, but obviously he couldn't really place where she belonged to. And then we see the Doctor talking to her and saying, what you're doing is wrong. And then suddenly we move past her face, and then Judy Gatwa's Doctor transforms or becomes like Jo Martin's Doctor. And the fugitive Doctor is so fantastic. I love how Russell Davis just puts her in the episode, or the writer, I guess, because it all makes sense. Like, Jo Martin's Doctor is also black of color, and Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor is also black of color. So that makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. And I was so excited to see it, because she literally says, yeah, but my story isn't ready yet, or my story hasn't been told yet. So that was a kind of metafiction, I guess, telling us, the viewer, my story is still, being worked on, and whoever made my story wasn't really sure what to do with me. So, yeah, I guess, fantastic. Really excited. And when the Doctor and Belinda escaped the barber shop and went into the other hidden rooms, or the rooms behind the barber shop, they went into sort of a maze. And I really liked the way that the barber, or the assistant of the barber, made sure to make braids in the Doctor's hair, where he could make a path in his hair, if that makes sense. I really like that. Like, it's so interesting to see different cultures in Doctor Who and actually learn from them. And these braids sort of represented like a pathway Doctor should follow with Belinda. Very interesting stuff. We also had, obviously, when they had the conversation in the story room with the engine, right? The engine was like a heart, and then it became like a tree. Very interesting stuff. And then the Doctor said, well, you could fill this room up with my memories, my stories. And then we had like little cameos, I guess, or little past reincarnation of the Doctors, and little TV monitors or TV screens telling stuff. And the real MVP of this episode was obviously, Peter Capaldi's Doctor, saying his famous quote from the Zygon invasion. Oh boy, it was so awesome to see Peter Capaldi back. I mean, not back, but as like a little hidden detail. I love that, man. I just love his monologue there in that episode too. But damn, this show has been on a grind lately. Like, all the episodes are good. You can actually learn from them, and that's fantastic, man. I love that shit. So hopefully the next episode, I believe the 903rd Eurovision Song Contest, or the Universal Galactic Song Contest episode, will be good as well. And dude, Doctor Who is so awesome, man. Holy shit. Like, every episode I'm so excited to see. Like, I'm actually so thrilled that I I need to rewatch the first beginning minutes of the episode. It's like, oh, do I know this, and does this connect to the other episodes? Man, I'm really excited to see the other implications and the other episodes. So yes, after the Eurovision episode, we'll have, I believe it's Wish World, and then we'll have the last one, I believe. Or am I missing one? Could be. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, every week till the last episode of the Doctor Who season 2 season, I'll review them, I'll talk about them. So alright, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will check you later. Goodbye, everyone.